Peace everyone, it's BlackHighPriestess. So I just wanted to do a second response video because I wanted to touch on a couple things. First and foremost, in retrospect, looking back, I made a comment in my last video, and I've done a little more research in terms of watching more footage, more updates from other YouTubers about the, Derrick Jaxn exposed situation. And I have to say that the woman, one of the women, I think the one who actually exposed him and spoke out, I think a couple came forward. But one, she looks like a model. And I think I said that she wasn't attractive. But looking back, one of the women that he cheated with looks gorgeous. And she looks like a model. And furthermore, it's looks like his wife has come forward maybe once or twice since then, and has made a couple videos. I've seen snippets. Honestly, watching her, just looking at her again spiritually, in my last video, I really wanted to touch on not being deceived by the image that someone is trying to present. And just looking at his wife, she's got it looks like she's having a mental and emotional breakdown in public. To me, it's obvious that he chose her because he's a master manipulator, and she's batshit crazy. And when people who are not wrapped too tight already get cracked with some emotional trauma that they can't handle, it's clearly she clearly is not a woman who needs to be on camera. I think that my main thing that I just wanted to reiterate is, and this is something I talk about a lot as a woman who is beautiful and who understands psychology just based on how I get treated because of my looks, and based on the different ways I get treated by both black people and white people because I'm beautiful and because I make dark-skinned, kinky-haired women look good. And I know the psychology of people because of how they treat me, and because I have enough cognition and IQ, problem-solving skills, to take those experiences and apply that wisdom and understanding. Some people just have a natural knack for psychology. I happen to have inherited psychic power from my parents. And so when I talk about these things, I hope people understand. I'm looking at someone's spirit. I'm reading their psyche. And we're in a politically correct, censored time, a lot of liberalism, and I'm it's hard enough. I'm not gonna bite my tongue about what I see. And like I said before, this is a woman who should not have been in camera, because she has a mental disorder. And Derrick Jaxn, I think, chose her because black men like to choose motherly women to have babies with so they can cheat freely with sexy models, with the sexy women who he's not confident enough to marry because white men still exist and white men are still more powerful than him, and he doesn't want to have to fight a white man over a sexy woman that a white man might want. Remember slavery? Remember how slavery went down? We got raped. So the black man's, like I was saying, it shouldn't take someone dark skinned or a black woman who's been ruined from white supremacy and things like that, speaking out, it shouldn't take that. Everyone should see injustice and speak up for it. So me tying colorism and body shaming, maybe is what you call it, but for me, I'm just making observations, spiritual observations, that Christianity can be another religion, religious Christianity. It can be another form of demonic possession. You got women possessed by Jezebel who will actively sleep with married men because their main goal is to compete with other women. These women who take their looks and desecrate the sacredness of true beauty by becoming a man's plaything. That's sheer competition. This is Jezebel Spirit. The Jezebel Spirit first and foremost goal is to destroy a happy home. Jezebel feeds off of happy women's pain. Jezebel likes to destroy the home, destroy happily married women, and destroy the family. And it's easier to get a spouse, man or woman, mind you. It's easier to get a spouse who is not sexually satisfied to cheat because sex is extremely important in a marriage. And when you get these frumpy women who are feminists, who like to control men, Derrick Jaxn's, and I want people to pay attention to the spirit behind this. I'm not trying to target a particular woman. I want you all to recognize the spirit that she's hosting so you all can recognize this in anybody. I don't even know her name, but I know that spirit. That whenever she puts her face live on camera, whatever, I recognize that spirit. And this woman was batshit crazy before she met Derrick Jaxn, before him. You can see it in her eyes, the demonic possession. His wife. Now, the woman who slept with him, the fine woman who slept with him, you got these women out here who they don't want no husband, they don't want no man, and they don't really even want to get off, which is the point in having promiscuous sex. If you know, usually the point is because you need a sexual release and you can't wait for the right guy, so you're going to take whatever, which is usually this married trash that these women deal with. But my point is, you got these women out here who, it's not about the sexual pleasure. It's not about achieving a husband, a partner, a man you can rely on. The end goal is to compete with a woman who is happy. You want what another woman has. So you just had to sleep with Derrick Jaxn. One, because you knew you could, because it was easy. But more importantly, it was more important for her to break up a happy home and to be a part of that. That's why she came out. She was going to come out anyway, because women like that need attention. And I think when I initially said that she wasn't attractive, I think I was looking beyond the fact that she clearly is a model. The one woman. The other woman looked like his wife, to be honest. She looked prettier than his wife, but she looked like his wife. Chubby, short, average. The other woman has drop dead gorgeous features without trying. And she clearly can model. Both of the women that I've seen that I guess have come forward are attractive. but one is sexy and the other one, she looked like a motherly frumpy looking woman like his wife, but she has sex appeal because she clearly is feeling herself. She clearly has a sexual energy about her even though she's just average. So without trying to sound, without focusing on that, my point is for the woman who came out and spoke to Tasha K, I believe, the good looking one. You know, it, some women just want attention and will do anything. They're motivated by jealousy, not by the desire to have something really valuable. And when you know your worth, you know you're better than a married man. And a lot of women, their worth is in breaking up a happy home. That is their worth. That's what sexy women who are still a man's plaything in their mind. That's what they put their worth into. That's why keeping up their beauty and their sexuality, that's why it's important, because we need to be able to compete with other women. But when you're really keeping your beauty and sexuality up because you know the importance of being attractive to a man, because you respect men. See, when you look at ugly, when you are intentionally trying to look ugly the way Derrick Jaxn's wife does, I know that spirit. I know it all too well, and I don't want to reveal how I know it because it hits very close to home. But I've lived with a woman like that. Okay? I know that spirit. Hate for men. Derrick Jaxn's wife has a spirit. It's not a Jezebel spirit, because Jezebel spirit, that's when you'll get convinced to sleep with a married man because you're forgetting your worth. When you know your worth, you deserve a man who's single, preferably without kids, this, and that. Some of you women don't, because you are not really that beautiful. You'll be a great wife because you look good in the home, you can cook this and that. But when you're dealing with a level of sex appeal, there's levels to this that I've been trying to explain to you all. And I had to stop talking about some things of the craft and Oshun and stuff because you all got confused and started getting possessed with Jezebel. Some of y'all tried to compete with me because you got so possessed with Jezebel, the wrong spirit. You got possessed with that Jezebel spirit instead of the true Oshun, the true love, the true Iwapele. You so worried about Oshun and honey and being able to get somebody's man that you forgot Iwapele. You forgot about the young version of Oshun who never has sex with a man. Dancing, flirting, washing your clothes, honoring Yemaya. You forgot about those aspects of Oshun because you're so damn worried about hooking up with a Shango or a Ogun or some nigga. And you're so damn worried about proving that you're beautiful. Proving you're better than the next woman. That's that Jezebel spirit that I warned you of. These white demonic spirits disguising themselves as Orisha. You see, Derrick Jaxn's wife has a spirit of extreme feminism. This is a different spirit of feminism than the Jezebel spirit that hates happily married women. Jezebel hates marriage. Jezebel hates married women. Jezebel hates wives. Jezebel hates virgins who are set to be wed. She hates the sanctity of marriage. The other feminist spirit hates men. Derrick Jaxn's wife has a spirit of hatred for men. I am not excusing his actions. I'm just going deeper and looking in retrospect and looking at the different spirits involved in this, so people can not to focus on them because they the hot topic now. 24 hours, people gonna forget about it and something else gonna happen. My point is to get you to recognize spirits working through people. Derrick Jaxn has an obvious Shango spirit. Does he have mental disorders, extreme narcissism? No, he's a typical black man in America with a little bit of Shango about him. That's not narcissistic. Narcissism is a form of demonic possession, and Shango can express that. But when you're dealing with the Orisha, not these corrupted satanic spirits, disguised as Orisha, when you're dealing with the real ancient African mysteries and personas of the Most High incarnate in humans, Derrick Jaxn has a Shango energy. But his wife is batshit crazy. His wife got that corrupt Yemaya. That motherly thing. And I want you all to understand how easily psychology works and why a lot of these black psychologists, they're not psychic, so they can't help you. That's why I encourage you all to purchase an Oracle consultation. $50 is, is me proving to you that I'm not doing it for money. Because if I was trying to sell it, I'm underselling myself. I'm giving you all an opportunity to see the Most High's power at work. I don't know y'all. I want to be able to demonstrate what Oracle is by showing you I have the trust in the Most High to give me whatever information I need to help you all. It has not failed yet. Has not failed yet. And I'm not trying to be cocky. What my point is this. You got to understand the psychology of someone. And I want you all to get advanced with mind reading and psychic magic and stuff. And maybe I need to talk about it more, but this is my way of teaching psychism, psychic magic and craft, mind reading craft. Know how to tell what spirit a person's working through, and know demonology too. You can know psychism by looking at person's body language and things, but you can know demonology. Well, you got to deal with demons to know that. You can read about them all you want, but until you've dealt with them and talked to them and exorcised them or been possessed by them or had sex with them, you don't really know. You see. So this is my point. Look at the spirit. No, recognize that spirit of hatred for men. That's how a woman she gets a man who sexually has sexual prowess, and her goal is to tame that man because she hates men. She hates men. So his wife, she got a octopus spider spirit going on. She got a deeper succubus energy going on that is beyond I got cheated on and I'm having an emotional breakdown. Look at the spirit behind that. And tell me you can't see a woman who needs to have control. Derrick Jaxn's wife is a succubus. And she sends Derrick Jaxn out to bring in energy from women who are beautiful and easily manipulated. And he takes their sexual energy and he brings it back to her. That's why she's not going to leave him. I want you all to recognize how subtle the incubus and the succubus work. And Derrick Jaxn and his wife are a perfect example of how an incubus and a succubus work. Look at how demonic she is, his wife. Spiritually, I need you all to get it. This is the perfect example of incubus, the Shango black male, and the succubus, the mother wife, the black widow woman who traps the youthful sexual energy of other women that she does not embody because she's a succubus. She's a demonic hag spirit. She's a demonic hag spirit. She is a demonic hag spirit. Mark my words. Take notes. And she sends Derrick Jaxn out to feed off of women who deserve a big black buck, but because we're in America and we're in slavery, he's owned by a hateful female spirit, and she can get youthful feminine energy or women who are sexually aroused, women who are sexually activated in their femininity, women who enjoy sex with men, and women who enjoy satisfying men. Anytime you see a woman who's sexy and who puts into her look, who pours into her femininity, not with cosmetics, because during sex, cosmetics don't serve in pleasing a man. Having long nails and all that stuff gets in the way of actually sexually satisfying a man tantrically. So I hope you all understand what I'm saying. They're women, Vesta Virgin energy. That's the type of women the succubus sends the incubus out to feed off of. That's what she feeds off of. And she's been exposed. Why do you think Derrick Jaxn's wife has stayed in the shadows? She is a hag spirit. She's a succubus, black widow, hag spirit who has to stay in the shadows. She's a demon. I hope you all get what times we're living in. And to know a woman, know real woman and a real man. And see how these black men are. They have become incubus, sucking the soul of black women because they are all owned. They are all under new slavery, especially spiritually. And this is why this is why some of you beautiful, sexy sisters who have power, who have the grace and the femininity, I be talking to y'all about these black men out here sent to reel you into his Shango attractiveness and use you up so he could feed his queen that he works for spiritually. Their whole shit is demonic. And two women who were single who thought they won the lottery and thought they were going to be different than all the other black women who get trapped into some bad demonic marriage because they think they're going to be the one to get him to leave his wife. You know, like, golly. Grow up. Grow up at some point. Learn your lesson. It's okay to do stupid shit, but after age 27 and in your 30s and 40s, like, you got to learn quick out here. And some of y'all, you can only learn at the pace in which you date. So some of y'all been stuck in marriages. You don't know nothing else. You were so afraid of being single that you stayed in it so long, and now you decided to leave, and you may just be learning because you was married so long, or you were in a bad toxic relationship for so long that you're in your 30s or 40s just now learning. But get quick, women. Some of you women, you didn't have mothers to teach you these things that I had my mother to teach me and to show me about these niggas out here. And some of you women, you didn't, your fathers wasn't badass enough to help you know some shit at a young age. Your daddies was a little too good, and y'all don't know nothing. I'm sorry. So I hope you all listen to me. I hope y'all be listening. I'm warning you about the way the incubus and the succubus work. Derrick Jaxn's wife he done convinced her to, I don't care what anyone says, he done convinced her to come out of her shadow corner. See how it went black? To come out of her shadow corner where she lurks and weaves her web. And now she's come out and she's got to try and her demon is trying to put on this Christian personality and is breaking down because her demon ain't used to being in public. And now Derrick Jaxn is just keep on rolling with. And to be honest, I think the real person who's having a real mental breakdown is Derrick Jaxn, because the nigga talking to himself live. He's having a breakdown. He's trying to keep his brand together when he's been exposed, and he actually cares about looks and appearances, unlike the demon hag that he got caught up in. Let me tell y'all something about the occult. Derrick Jaxn is the real victim in this. I'm not trying to vouch for the nigga. I done told y'all about these dark-skinned niggas out here. I'm trying to let you know spiritually how this shit works. Don't be deceived. Look at these women who hate men. You can tell a woman who hates men by the way she dresses. A woman who has respect for men will never dress like a man. It's one thing when you're a young girl and you're being a tomboy. It's okay for young people to dress up and explore themselves. That's natural. But when you become of age and your parents teach you how to conduct yourself as a male and a female, you see, there's a certain way a woman conducts herself when she has natural respect for men. And there's a certain way a woman conducts herself when she hates men and she wants to be one. Derrick Jaxn is married to a hag who hates him. And you know, and now here we are. You know, of all the things I see a businessman who takes himself seriously and is good at selling things, has outgrown, maybe, sorry about the noise, Chicago. It seems like maybe he's outgrown his own brand a little bit and needs to expand. And maybe this was a little bit of a plot, a slight bit of a gimmick. But now he's exposed the fact that he's married to a crazy woman. And I think that's got to be embarrassing for him. The fact that she's been kept in the shadows because she has issues. And he has a child by this woman. I want you all to be able to read things. Get good at reading the thinnest, darkest layers and knowing and being able to see what's happening just with a minimal information. And recognize demons, and don't get confused and think just because, you know, someone's attractive that's a demon. Like I said, with her glasses and her bonnet and her, you know what I'm saying, intentionally trying to play down her beauty, intentionally trying to look ugly because you have to prove a point. Your point is you hate beautiful women and you hate men because you don't understand sex. And there's women out here who don't understand sex. And Derrick Jaxn married her because he has a issue where he's still trying to save his mother. And he saw in her his mama. He saw a mother. He saw a way where he could psychologically save his mother. And like I told you, and I done told y'all in videos and other one, black men married a mama. Black men got issues when it comes, you know, he's still stuck in slavery. So he still marries the mammy and saves the sexy woman for the white men who he's afraid of lynching him if he steps out of line in America. Huh? So Derrick Jaxn clearly, you know, when he started his brand, he was very passionate about it. He talks about his experiences. I've listened to him for years. He talks about his experiences. So I'm able to say this because I've listened to him and I've seen her twice and I can't stomach her That's a demon. It's not that she's ugly or anything, but looking at her, even talking, even now as I'm talking, I feel myself getting sick to my stomach from the demon that she's got about her. Because it's a strong black widow spider, and that shit is big. I can see it. I know it. I know that succubus. I know it. I know her. So you recognize how you feel and how a person makes you feel and everything. I can't even stomach watching her. So I know what's going on in a marriage. It's what happens in a lot of black couples in America. Spirits of incubus and succubus, which are high vampires. High vampires. Vampires still recessive, so you're still dealing with white supremacy to some effect. Using black as a host. But you're dealing with high parasite energy. High parasite energy. Incubus and succubus feed off sexual energy. That's the main difference between the incubus and the succubus and the vampires. The incubus and succubus specifically feed off your psychosexual energy. So they in order to feed off of you, they have to get you sexually aroused to them. And how the women do, they send out the incubus man, they send out the Shango man. A lot of women think, oh, it's the incubus, but the incubus, more often than not, I've talked about this, is working for the succubus. The queen, the mother Hag. And she's weaving the web and getting a bunch of women caught up. Derrick Jaxn, I'm telling you how powerful she is as a demon, because Derrick Jaxn has gotten millions of black women to give him sexual energy without sleeping with him. All of that she was feeding off of. The reason she came out is because she's scrambling for that sexual female energy that she was feeding off of, that she's not getting now, because all these black women have cut Derrick Jaxn off as a fraud, when really she was using him to feed off of all black women giving him energy. And now black women have cut off their sexual energy to him, and she's scrambling for energy, and she's breaking down like putting baking soda on a worm. Parasite. There's been an exorcism. Calm down, baby. There's been an exorcism. And she is and her parasite is scrambling for some more sweet, some more sugar, some more sweet, sexy women that are now no longer going to give Derrick Jaxn. But Derrick Jaxn is just, he's really just a slave in this. He was the slave used to attract the women to her. I hope y'all see how demonic his wife is. Woof. Shit is real out here. Let me not use up all the time. It's been a half an hour. I've been rambling on, but I cannot highlight and reiterate how serious and imperative it is that those of you following me be able to recognize demons, recognize the spiritual energy of a person, and be able to see past facades, past smoke screens, and be able to see what's going on spiritually. Don't get it twisted. Look at the spirits going on. And shout out to those of you who have already done videos and spoken to how uncomfortable, if anything, looking at his wife has made you, and have gotten real about the energy that you're getting from her. A woman should not behave like that. A real woman, you're not going to stick by a cheating, abusing man. Cheating is abusing. So a real woman's not going to do that. So you know she's demon possessed. A real woman doesn't use Christ to excuse her fuckery. Christ does not approve of a woman hating men and hating herself so much that you put on a man's garments. You're not supposed to put on a man's garments. Man not supposed to put on a woman's garments. So what is you dressing like a goddamn man for all in public? Because you're a succubus. You're demon possessed. His wife is. She is. Understand how these how demons work. It is your duty to be arousing to your husband. And it's not that cheating is ever okay, but recognize a woman who hates men. Recognize that feminist spirit. And ladies, don't be like the women who have to come forward and shame themselves to expose things. Derrick Jaxn exposed. I need y'all to look deeper into that. Look at his wife. Look at the demon that he was dealing with and that he is living with, and why she's coming out. She don't belong in the spotlight. She working craft. She needs exorcism. Or or he needs to get his child and get away, because trust me, there is no doubt she had a baby to trap him because of his sexual prowess. He's the perfect battery for her lifelong. That's why she had a baby and trapped him and married him, because it clearly doesn't make sense. Why would a man that fine marry a woman who clearly hates men and hates being a woman? She clearly hates being a woman. I hope y'all be able to recognize there are women out here, they hate being women. And it's not the way you see women have been raped, have been child molested, have been abused, where they take on a more masculine demeanor because they don't feel safe anymore being sexy because they've been abused. That's different than a woman who was born with a hatred for men demonically. Or a woman who just